It might not work. So fucking what? So what? It might not work. Why not give yourself a shot? Welcome back to Unwritten with me, Thomas Malpass. And before we get into this episode, if you haven't already, subscribe to support the show. And if you like this episode and you stay to the end, share it with somebody who you think would like it as well. This idea came to me when I was doing research by watching other YouTubers and getting creative ideas online through different forums, etc. But I think you have to get into this mindset of it might not work. So what? What does that really mean though? Like, it might not work. So what? I think this relates to getting into something or starting something that you want to achieve. You have a goal, let's say whatever goal you have. For me, it was to reach 100 subscribers by the end of 2024. It might not work. So what? I think when you go into something and you have this mindset, it allows you to go into something without getting so discouraged of setbacks. And you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself for it to work. Unless you're really passionate about it, it serves a greater purpose, and it brings you fulfillment in life. Which is basically how I love to live my life and the mission I'm trying to preach here. But it might not work could also have different meanings. The first meaning is it might not work, so prepare to be disappointed so that you can give up. So I don't really believe in giving up. I believe in, instead of giving up, you could try something new, or be prepared to be disappointed because you didn't achieve your goals maybe, but why are you disappointed? Is it because it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out? Maybe you weren't as passionate and fired up about it than you were when you started. All of these are indicators of disappointment, discouragement, and an indication to give up. But I'd see it more as an indication to pivot, to try something new if it doesn't work out for you. The second meaning, be prepared to keep going until it works. It might not work, but be prepared to keep going until it works. This is the mindset that I love and want to preach all the way home to. It might not work, so what? Be prepared to keep going until it works. I think this only works, or this meaning behind it might not work, so keep going until it does. It really only applies to people who will not fucking quit, will not give up, because they love it so much. They have a drive to succeed, and they don't let setbacks become an indication to give up, to fail, to stop going, to stop progressing. And you really have to like it. I can't drive that home enough. You have to at least like it. You have to at least like doing the work it takes to do it. Let's say you want to become a YouTuber, but you absolutely fucking hate talking in front of the camera, or you hate editing videos, or you hate uh, trying to research ideas and topics to create. If you hate all of these things that it takes to become a YouTuber, the chances are highly likely that you're going to give up. So I think this meaning behind it might not work, so what? Prepare to keep going until it works really applies to people who just you don't have to love it. You just have to like doing the work that it takes and to continuously see your progress, even if it's small progress or even if it's progress that looks like a hockey stick exponential growth. You have to like it. The next one is it might not work, and it might not work out like you'd imagined, but at least you learn something new about yourself. And maybe you can use this as an indication to try something new. Kind of like the first one where you give up, use it as an indication to give up because you were disappointed. But this one is different because you're not really giving up. You tried something new, you had some goals laid out in front of you, and you learned something new about yourself. Maybe you wanted to become a YouTuber, great example, and you found out that you absolutely hated video editing, but maybe you liked talking in front of the camera. Maybe that's something that you can pivot into if you have the means to find an editor or something. Maybe you could just focus on creating videos where you talk to the camera, something like that. This one is my favorite one. It might not work out, but it might also look different than you originally imagined. So this applies to me because this year I had a goal of reaching 100 subscribers by the first year. And each year after this, I have a 10x goal. So next year's 1,000. The year after that's 10. Basically, my 5 to 6 year goal is 1 million subscribers. And I have to go into reaching this goal with the mindset of it might not look exactly how you imagine it. I actually ended up reaching my 100 subscriber goal early. I reached it literally on the day of my birthday. So 9 months instead of 12 months. I reached it 3 months earlier. And, it was cool and everything, but it also was a fleeting moment where I had this, like, congratulations, like, awesome, cool, I reached my goal. But now I have to keep going. And it didn't look like how I expected it. And I think you also have to be in this place where you can't expect too much, but you also shouldn't be discouraged if you don't see as good as results as you expect. You have to be in this happy medium area where you can have big goals and have the belief that I can fucking do this. I can accomplish this, whatever. But you also have to be in the same mindset of it's okay if I don't reach this goal. It's okay. But don't get discouraged. Don't get so discouraged about not achieving the goal if you don't reach it. Finally, I like to go over some research about some good indicators that you'll be successful in whatever you pursue. The first one is basically having a growth mindset. And the way I look at this is being open-minded. You have to be open-minded to see opportunities in failures, to see opportunities where other people see failure, where other people see discouragement, where other people see failure, you see growth, you see learning lessons, you see wisdom, you see what can I do better next time, you see what can I do to improve. This is a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset where you feel like you can't do anything, you feel hopeless. A growth mindset is a great indication that you'll be successful in whatever you pursue. The next one is delaying gratification, meaning doing work with little to no expectation of a reward at the end. And there's actually a study that y'all probably heard of called the Marshmallow test, which was conducted at Stanford in the late 1960s by a behavioral scientist. The experiment involved showing children a marshmallow and telling them that they can eat it right now, but if you wait just a short period, they can have two marshmallows instead of just one. A lot of the children just took the marshmallow, while some resisted temptation and waited. Come to find out, decades later, the scientist Michael was analyzing and checking back in with the adults who participated in this experiment, which is kind of crazy that he followed them this long. The people who waited for the marshmallow were shown to have more self-control, tended to perform better in school, earn a bigger income, were generally healthier, happier than those who had not resisted the allure of a single marshmallow and didn't want to wait for more. Crazy. The research was also further shown to indicate that the willingness to delay gratification is an extremely important behavioral asset correlated to success and a higher chance of being successful in life. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Most worthwhile goals require sacrifice, hard work, and patience. Meaning, if you can master delayed gratification, in my eyes, if you could do work that it takes to achieve a goal with little to no results, you can achieve the goal eventually. And it may not look like how you imagine, like I was saying earlier. And I think to be able to do this, you really have to have a big why, a big reason why you're doing it, which comes down to the last indicator of success, which is perseverance. I always ask people, if you have a goal, can you see yourself doing it in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Whatever it is you are thinking about pursuing right now, can you say right now, I could see myself doing this 5, 10, 20 years? And you never know what's going to happen. Maybe 5 years down the line, you get burnt out from it and you want to do something. But to stick to it in the longer run and to have perseverance behind it, you have to have this mindset where you could say for certain certainty that you could see yourself doing this for 5, 10, 15, 20 years because you like it. You like doing the work. You can delay gratification. The expectations behind the rewards isn't necessary. It's not a need. You don't have this need to accomplish something. You just do it. You just do the work. You like it. And you can keep doing it for a long time. There's another study that studied grit and how having grit is a characteristic of success. Researchers define grit as the ability to persevere in the pursuit of long-term goals, despite series of setbacks and failures, and overcoming obstacles even when you fall off the course or get discouraged. There was a British scientist named Sir Francis Galton. He examined the lives of successful people during his time period and noticed that each that were deemed successful had a zeal with capacity for hard labor, meaning that they were enthusiastic about work. They enjoyed hard work despite it being hard. And since then, behavioral scientists around the world have conducted extensive research that aids Sir Galton's insight. Some researchers also found and contend that grit and perseverance is actually a bigger indicator of success than having a high IQ or talent. So what are your thoughts? Comment down below. What do you feel and think about this "it might not work" concept? So fucking what? And again, share this if you liked it with somebody you think would like it as well. And as always, everyone, stay curious. Never give up. You got this. Peace.